It was a cold evening in October when my family and I moved to our new house in Colorado Springs. The house was big and old, surrounded by thick trees. They called it the Black Forest. I was excited, but also a little scared. Our first night in the house was quiet. I lay in my bed, staring at the ceiling. The wind was howling outside, and the trees were rustling. Suddenly, I heard a noise. It sounded like footsteps coming from the hallway. I got out of bed and opened my door slowly. There was no one in the hallway. I thought I must have imagined the noise. But as I turned to go back to bed, I heard it again. This time, it was louder. My heart was pounding. I tiptoed down the hall, trying to find the source of the sound. The sound led me to the basement door. It was slightly open. I could feel a cold draft coming from the basement. Gathering all my courage, I slowly opened the door and went down the stairs. The basement was dark and musty. I shone my flashlight around but saw nothing unusual. Just as I was about to go back upstairs, I saw something move in the corner of my eye. I turned quickly, but there was nothing there. My heart was racing. I decided to leave the basement and run back to my room. As I was climbing the stairs, I heard a whisper. "Leave this place." I rushed back to my room and jumped into bed, pulling the covers over my head. I didn't sleep at all that night. The next morning, I told my parents about the noise and the whisper. They said it was just my imagination, but I knew what I heard. Over the next few days, strange things kept happening. Objects would move on their own, doors would slam shut, and I often felt like someone was watching me. One night, I decided to investigate again. I went back to the basement and found an old diary hidden under some boxes. The diary belonged to a girl who lived in the house over 100 years ago. She wrote about strange noises, moving objects, and a ghost that haunted the house. She ended her diary with a warning. "Beware the ghost of Black Forest. It wants us gone." I realized then that the ghost was real. My family and I had to leave the house. We packed our things and moved out the next day. As we drove away, I looked back at the old house. I could have sworn I saw a figure standing in the window, watching us leave.